What's up everyone, Gids here for another video on Crystal of Atlan, and today we are sharing 10 things that you might not know about the game. So this is just going to be a collection of tips, tricks, and generally things that people don't know about the game. Some of these things are frequently asked questions as well, so we're just basically going to put them all in one video and hopefully you learn something from this video. If I skipped on anything or maybe some important information that others need to know as well, leave them down in the comments below because I will not be able to cover everything. So I only covered 10 things right now. Maybe we can do more in the future and maybe I can feature some of your comments as well if I missed any of the good tips and tricks that are actually out there. Okay, so let's go. Okay, first tip has something to do with Critical Conquest. So Critical Conquest is content that you unlock at level 60 after finishing like all of the side quests. I think there's going to be a side quest for this one. And for Critical Conquest, this is like the best place to get Insignia, right? These things right here. So Insignia and other stuff like permits, strategic codes, and hunter's licenses. Okay? So the reason why people usually prefer using orange energy on this one is because if you use your green energy on this one, it's not even really worth, right? All rewards is just going to give you it's gonna give you gold. It's possible to get gold drops in here, but it's not even class specific. So it's not really that good. So usually you prefer using account rewards in here to just try to get Insignia, but Insignia drop rates are not really good. So what you can do to further increase your chances of getting more Insignia is to get Unsealed Scrolls. So whenever you enter Critical Conquest and complete it, you actually get 1 Unsealed Scroll. So if you're running with double potions, you get 2 Unsealed Scrolls per run. And what the Unsealed Scrolls do is that they give you a ticket or entry for a prize draw every 9 p.m. Okay, so these prize draws will give you like really good rewards here. One of which is going to be this one that gives a chance for you to get orange insignia or a pink insignia. If you ever hit an orange insignia in this one, that's really good. You're gonna be rich, like minimum 10 million gold right there. And then pink insignia is like usually 2 to 4M in the market right now. So really good place to actually get a lot of this. Now, the tip here is that you can obtain up to 30 scrolls per week. The changes recently is that when using orange energy, you can actually obtain scrolls now. And what you can do with scrolls is that this is per character. So it's 30 per character. Imagine you have 5 alts farming Critical Conquest. You will be able to farm like 150 scrolls and then choose a day that you feel lucky and drop it all. Drop it all. Basically, more entries, of course, more chances for you to win like one of these two right here. Better if you win more. Like, it's really, really good. These prices right here, really, really good. So if you get lucky and actually get them, then congrats. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have 5 characters, you can farm 30 scrolls per week, and this one resets every Monday. Sometimes grinding can be tiring and can also get you a little bit hungry. Luckily for us, our sponsor for today's video, we have snack boxes from Sakurako and Tokyo Treat. This month's theme for Tokyo Treat is going to be Harajuku, Tokyo's trendiest neighborhood where fashion, fun, and flavor collide. From rainbow-colored cotton candy to creative street snacks, Harajuku is a paradise for anyone who loves a little flair with their flavor. Sakurako's theme for this month is about celebrating Mount Fuji's enduring influence with treats and traditions from the regions it watches over, capturing the spirit of Japan's most beloved mountain. Okay, so I brewed myself some of the tea here, so actually smells like brown rice, man, which is crazy. So give it a taste here. Oh, wow, that feels good. That's actually really good. Then pair it up with some of sugar apple candies right here. Let's pop it in. Wait a second. I expected this to be hard candy, but actually it just melts through your mouth. Wait, I actually like this. This is actually good. I like it. Sugar apple candy from the Sakurako box. Each box also has their own booklets, and you can learn more about the themes from these booklets. Also, what's important is that when you're looking through these booklets right here, they actually have all the allergen information especially for the food that you're trying to check out. So if you have any food allergies, you'll be able to see actually what the common allergens are for those food. And also very important for a vegetarian like me, if it's vegetarian friendly. So you can actually see it all in here, which is amazing. So if you want to grab a box for yourself, use my code GIDS for $5 off on your first purchase for a Sakura Co and a Tokyo Treat box. Use my links in the description as well to order and in the pinned comments. Thanks again to Sakura Co and Tokyo Treat for sponsoring this video. Okay, next up is a frequently asked question about insignias, which is basically combat insignia right here, the second slot when you look at your insignia. So people are always asking what the combat insignia is for. Combat insignia is just for a preset right here. You have the edit button on the left side, and usually you have your basic. So basic is the main slot right here, and then combat is the second one. So you can do combat preparation here, and you can actually click on one of these contents right here. So for example, you have an insignia that's specifically for bosses. Okay, so you want to put it for like Abyss Dungeon or maybe Checkmate, since mainly those are boss monsters right there. So you can do that for combat preparation and click confirm. So now whenever you go into those contents, right? So whenever you go into Checkmate and Abyss Dungeon, you're going to use your combat insignia. For example, this thing right here, it gives me P attack, M attack whenever I enter those dungeons instead of using crit damage. So it's just going to be a preset, but most of the time, you don't really get the chance to set up a second insignia right here because insignias right now, especially best in slot insignia, are too expensive in the market. Like, it's so hard to get the gold one. So yeah, not everyone can afford like 2 sets of insignias right now. So just focus on one, put it on basic, and forget about the combat insignia. Okay, next up, a lot of people has been asking as well with regards the drops when it comes to Hex Chest. So difference of solo, story, and elite. So if you click on this thing right here, information right here, it basically tells you here that the rewards are generally less in solo mode, and story and elite mode offers identical rewards except for the second card flip where elite mode provides better rewards. So what does the card flips mean? Card flips, basically first card flip is whenever you've beaten Leotids and Ophelia, so the first 2 bosses, right? So after you finish the guard and then bishop and the knight, right? Whenever you finish them, there's going to be a card flip, and that's where you see like the rewards for everyone. And then the second card flip is basically after beating Claudius and Meridia, okay? So queen and king. So after you beat them, that's your second card flip. Okay, so take a look at the other stuff here with regards to drop rates. You can press prayer and then information right here, and you'll be able to see the drop rates right here. So this is the difference in drop rates for solo, story, and elite mode. Yeah, basically, if you compare them, like there's basically better drop rates when it comes to the second card flip for elite mode versus story mode. And I think all of them have pity, right? Pity every 3 entries. So like if you use up your 3 entries for Hex Chest for the week, you're like guaranteed a rare item. Okay, so rare items are basically these things right here, like the ones you put into your prayers right here. Or it could be epic items, I think. I think it could be epic items as well. Yeah, I think it's either epic items or the fragments. Also, in terms of chest pieces that you get, so this thing, Jet Black Sculpture, you get 5 from doing solo, you get 7 for doing story, and you get 9 for doing elite. So that's like the main differences of actually doing the different difficulties for Hex Chest. So that's pretty much it when it comes to Hex Chest. So Hex Chest questions, there you go. Next up is a really good way to actually make some extra gold, especially if you're farming on your alts. Don't forget to actually do at least solo Hex Chest, because even solo Hex Chest will be able to drop you like fragments right here. And what you can do with fragments on your alt characters, especially if you're not going to build your alt characters, you can just dismantle them. If you dismantle them, it's going to give you Hex Chest Desirium. And yeah, I'm just going to do it here. Hex Chest Desirium, when sold in the market, it's actually around 300k. So yeah, there you go. Easy 300k right there if you actually get a drop of any fragments on your alt characters. And I have like multiples on here. Like I have one more here, cavalry helmet. Like I'm thinking if I want to build my Magiblade right here, maybe I make the cavalry on him, but we'll see, right? So I might hold on to that fragment for a little bit more, but yeah, it's an easy way to make money. You can also do the same for like drops, of course, from epics, right? So epic items, you can also disassemble, get Desiriums, like these things right here, and sell them in the trading house as well. So these things also pretty expensive. It's like 60k usually. Like I don't know why someone sold it for much cheaper, but yeah, it's pretty much free money. Free money for your character, especially if you're farming them from your alts. Okay, if you are actually struggling in trying to finish a certain content and needed like a little more boost and damage, what you can do is to go to Golden Fleece Vintage here. And I think a lot of people already know this, but you can buy some beer from Crazy over here that gives you like some good buffs, but with a little bit of debuff. But usually, this will require you to be in a party. But if you are doing some solo content, what you can do is you can actually sit down and this button right here shows up and you can press it and you can actually purchase the buff on your own. So you get the solo buff, which is actually really good. So yeah, there you go. So an easy way to get some buffs. Another way to get some free buffs is go to your map and then Lumiville and then Adventurer's Lodge right here. So whenever you go to sleep right here, there's a chance that you get some good buffs. So there's like two good buffs. The best one is restful sleep and the other one is like just +3 attack. But if you didn't know, you can also get like nightmares. So this is going to be a debuff for yourself. So -3 death. So yeah, but whenever you get the debuffs, it only lasts for like 5 minutes. Okay. So it's just 5 minutes. Don't worry, 5 minutes is not really going to kill you. But if you get the buffs, usually they last for 30 minutes. What you can also do is to try to find the other drinks. So drinks offered per character is actually different, right? So if we go back into Golden Fleece Vintage right here with my other alt character and sit down and try to check at what's offered. So this one right here, we actually have the one that gives us gold gain +5%. So this one's actually really, really good, especially if you're gonna go with a party. So yeah, like +5% gold. It might not be much, but everyone needs gold anyway. So like that is a really good one to share with friends if you have a party to go with. But if you don't have a party to go with, you can just do it on your own anyway. Like the debuff is not even that huge, right? Damage dealt -2%. That's fine, right? Most of the content is already very, very clearable, and 5% gold increase is pretty nice. Okay, the next one is going to be something about your skills because a lot of people just ignore this one. Like, they don't know this actually existed. So, this passive right here, Heavy Armor Master, level 1. So, this one right here, so whenever we're wearing heavy armor or flex armor, we gain bonus attributes. Okay, so basically, we gain like extra strength, physique, base HP, and CD rate for our armor. So if you look at your gear right now, most of the class, I think all class specific sets are basically flex armor. So if you scroll down right here, armor mastery right here, right? So it's giving us extra stats for each of our armor. Okay. And these things also, I think they scale with your enhancement level. So if you enhance your equipment by more, like you just enhance it. I don't know the rates. The bonuses just get better. Okay, so this is just another extra way to get stats. So yeah, don't, if you are wondering where armor mastery is coming from, it's basically this thing right here. So it says it here, right? So the effect is affected by the armor's level, quality, and enhancement level, right? So it doesn't work in PvP, so don't have to worry about that. Okay, next, let's talk about skill presets right here. So whenever you go to your skills tab, right, you will be able to see presets on the lower left. So this is where you can actually build like specific builds for your character for certain content. For example, as a sideguard, you want to have a loadout for support, maybe a team-wide buff, or maybe for solo, or maybe for PvP. So yeah, those are things that you can do with your skills because some skills are pretty good for team, some skills pretty good for solo, some skills are pretty good for PvP. So whenever you actually click the pencil here on the right side of it, you can actually choose for which content you want to use a preset. And so for example, mine, so my loadout here for PvE DPS solo, I want to use it on the training ground, elite dungeons, void realm, and abyss dungeon. So those are usually like solo content. But for team, I have a PvE DPS team here, which is usually just checkmate. So that's Hex Elite. So I use it here. So this saves you time to actually keep switching skills whenever you enter whatever content that you're trying to do. So sometimes you might forget that you're actually on your PvP skill set and you entered like Abyss Dungeon. You might have entered Void Nest with like your PvP skill set and you're not doing a lot of damage because of that. So yeah, this is one way to just prevent it. Make your presets and then apply them for whatever content you have over here. Like for example, PvP, have it enabled for sparring, solo, and team. That's it. You can actually have enable it for Ancient Battlefield and Mine Wars as well because it actually makes sense enabled for it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. That's presets right here. And you can also, of course, copy presets and apply presets. So you can share your skill builds with other players using this system right here. Copy preset and then apply it. So how to apply? You basically scroll down over here for a slot. For example, I'm going to use preset number 8 here and I can just apply and then paste. Okay? And then, yeah, we're going to override it, continue. Okay? So now it's going to do the same skills or it's going to spend the skill points that I spent on one of my presets earlier. Okay, so that's how you use the presets as well. Okay, so after using like almost 100 energy per character, you will actually be able to get a Wondershop summoning ticket. So this one opens up Wondershop. So why is Wondershop pretty important, especially if you have multiple alts? It's because it gives you the chance to get transfer stones in this shop right here. So 60%. Okay, this time we missed. But yeah, early on in the game, this is pretty important because this is where you will be able to get a lot of transfer stones. Transfer stones are pretty important for you to be able to like transfer epic equipment from one character to another. So from your alt to your main, or maybe from your main to your alt if you don't need any more equipment from your main. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Like you can also like if you're on a budget, this is a good place to actually get discounted discounted prices on summon materials. So if you're trying to gacha and you're on a budget, yeah, this is a good way to actually buy them because the discounts here are crazy. Like usually Arcanite of Ador is 100 each, but this time around 60% discount. This is 200 for 5x. That's actually such a good value, but I don't have Prismadiums or Opals right now, so I can't really buy anything. And of course, you can always just share this one to guildmates. And yeah, one good thing about actually having your alts together in just one fleet is that if you have a really good shop, on Wondershop, you can just easily switch characters. Okay, for example, this one right here. You switch characters, and if no one is clicking on your shop, you can actually switch to your alts and click it and do it yourself. Okay? So you can just help all your other alts, especially again, 4 alts in one fleet is going to give you your max of 3 help, right? 3 helps in Wondershop right here. So that's 1 help right here from my alt. So minus 74. Oh my god, this is so tempting now to buy. 130 for 5 summons. This is actually crazy. What the heck? Did I just buy this? I think I should just buy this, no? Anyways, like there's so many good things that you can actually do or take advantage with having alt characters. Again, one of them is just farming gear. You can also just sell every single thing that you drop from your alt characters into the marketplace. So that's just an extra way to get gold. And ooh, our Abyss Desiriums has been sold, which is nice, right? So it's just extra gold. Another thing that you can do is that if you're not actually farming with your alts anymore, usually when you do your battle pass, this thing, your daily, if you get the 60 reward, you will be given battery packs. like this one right here. What you can do is to actually use your battery pack, and it gives you like plus 20 energy. And if you don't want to use that on your alt, you can actually transfer over to your main. You can actually transfer over to your main and you get 20 orange energy that you can spend on like critical conquest or something. Right? So that's extra 20 energy for your main. So if you have a lot of extra batteries on alts that you actually don't really need or don't want to use for your alts, then you can just use them for your main again. So it's basically more more for gold, more energy that you can spend for gold and stuff and other resources, right? But still, of course, if it's green energy and if you're trying to farm epic equipment only drops with green energy. So use those batteries for like Abyssal Purgatory or maybe Void Nest or something. Okay? One cool thing in Abyssal Purgatory is if you actually hit your prayer, the boss actually changes. It's not going to be the Ancient Fist that shows up. So this is a really good indicator, and you should be happy whenever the boss actually changes here, because this just means that your prayer has been answered and you get the equipment that you are actually looking for. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the things that I wanted to share. I'm not even sure if that's like 10 things. Maybe it was more. I didn't even actually count. So yeah, there was a lot. But anyways, yeah, if you learned something, leave a like. If you have something else to share that you want to let everyone else know, let us know in the comments below. And if you have any other questions, comments, suggestions, let me know in the comments below and I'll try to help you in any way that I can. All right. Thank you very much again for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye bye.